my name is Philip, and this is my portion of the online business education and its effectiveness. For my portion of the YouTube video, I will be discussing what determines the effectiveness of online business education programs. The effectiveness of online business education is determined by many factors. They can be, how beneficial they are, how effective is it, and how easy it is to be monitored. There are various questions that companies ask when asking about these, how effective they are. When first testing the effectiveness, companies often will ask things like, what will the reviews say, or how much it will cost, and look into things like that. In the educational world, students often find themselves weighing the options based upon how much the schooling costs, how much the schooling, where the location is, things like this. In my experience, I chose Fort Hays because it is the cheapest college in Kansas and for in-tuition costs, in-state tuition costs. I enjoy Fort Hays and I like coming here, and I feel I am getting a really good education. Some of the factors I looked at when coming to college were where the location is. I've been to Fort Hays. I was to Fort Hays several times for basketball, so I've seen the campus several times, and I also came out here on visits. And I also came out here for Tiger Day, which is another big reason I chose Fort Hays for my education. As far as online, it's very easy to see how many students choose Fort Hays as an online business education. The effectiveness is not only there because it's convenient, it's cheap, and it's offered anywhere in Kansas or anywhere online. That's many of the reasons why. I've spoken with several students who were just online students, and they said that they chose Fort Hays because of its cost effectiveness, and that is the main reason that my students choose Fort Hays for online business education. Now, I chose to take classes online through Fort Hays because I already take them on campus, so the convenience was there for me. And not only that, I had enjoyed it for the first 2 years of going to on-campus things, and online just fit around my schedule much better. One of the main reasons I chose to take an online class was because I could schedule my course schedules to be only on Tuesday, Thursday, and have one online class, therefore opening up Monday, Wednesday, Friday to work full-time, which is another reason many students choose Fort Hays as a option. Many students who I have talked to came to Fort Hays choose Fort Hays just because, well, simply they have to work when they come to school. They choose Fort Hays for the cost. They don't have money to go to places like K-State. Now, determining its effectiveness also determines things like accreditation. Fort Hays Business School is not accredited, but many other departments are. Now, I did not know it was not accredited, but however, I feel I still am getting a great education for my value. Now, when it comes to companies providing training, they use many different softwares. When I worked for an internship, I worked for Boot Hill Casino and Resort. And now, for their online, they had their own program, and it was online, and they got immediate results. They offered a variety. What they did was they offered tests. They would have you read through different things, and you would take a test over the material you had just read through. And you had to get at least a 90% on the test in order to make sure you passed it. There are also quarterly reports that were done to determine how you were doing, how you're keeping up. And many of the questions they asked on there were things important to their field, such as CTRs or MTLs or other ways of tracking money was what they'd often quiz people over. Now, many of the factors when I spoke to them that they used for established were, who offered it and how they felt it affected them. They had this is the first service they had tried, and it was chosen by the general manager, who was the head of the department, or she was also the head of the department for the business administration part, because it was split into two sides, business administration, table games. So the head of the table games and the head of the business administration came together, and they chose this training. And I felt it was very, very beneficial when I worked there, at least for an internship, because it taught me many different things. Now, another factor they choose when evaluating online education is not only the balance that student must take, but the success it brings. In school, I feel the success of Fort Hays is very important. What you take out of the class is the big part of what leads to success. In the work environment, I feel the success must be measured immediately, because you must keep your employees up to date and up to the know-how of what things are going on. Now, in In my closing thoughts, I would like to explain that I would like to bring up the final factor is, the time that is put into the different trainings. As opposed to traditional and effectiveness of that, many people often in traditional leadership had to send people to conferences or send them far places or use countless amounts of paper. Now, with online education, you get immediate results. You can do webinars and podcasts and other simple things like that. That can be done throughout the workday. The big part of the time that I valued was that the training was online and it was at your own pace. You were given 7 days to complete the training, and so throughout the week, whenever you found time, whenever you had free time, you would do your trainings. It was just a big part of what you did, and I enjoyed this. This is probably the best thing I feel about online training is the time. You can do it at your own pace, and you can keep it up to date of how you do. This concludes my section of the YouTube PowerPoint. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.